Thanks everyone for your attendance at the conference and your interest in Egan Street Resources. My presentation this afternoon, I'll just briefly run you through an introduction to the company and our Rosse Gold project and our path to production. I'll cover three things today: who we are as a company, our project, our recently completed DFS, and thirdly, I will talk about where we are in regards to building the project. So just quickly on the corporate stuff, we are listed on the ASX in September 2016, so we're only 2 years old now. We've only got 130 million shares on issue, and we're very tightly held. We've got a market cap of about $28 million with $11 million in the bank currently. I won't talk through the board and management team, but very experienced people and very technically strong and a lot of operational background. So where are we? Well, we're in Western Australia. A great place to do business. We're only 4 hours drive from Perth, or a 45-minute flight. We have 56 square kilometres of tenure, and including 2 mining licences. That's our airstrip and our road access into site. The road's gazetted all the way to our front door. You'll see here some of our recent drilling, where we've been drilling in the south past where the resource currently is. As we go further north up here, you'll see the old Woodley's open pit with the ramp that goes into the portal and then goes down into the existing underground, which stopped mining in 1991, and it goes down 142 metres vertically. As we go further north, there's the second Woodley's North pit, and we'll swing across around to the existing tailings dam. We've still got 2 million tonnes of capacity here, which is more than adequate for what we've got in our feasibility study. So we're back here at the Woodley's pit. This disturbed area here is where the old process plant was, which was last used in 1991, and it's obviously gone now. So we'll be building a new process plant here and putting it in exactly the same spot. The camp you can't see, it's just a bit further down, and again we'll be putting that exactly where the previous camp was. Our resource, since listing 2 years ago, we've grown the resource by 77%. We've got over 400,000 ounces at 8.8 grams in the resource. This long projection here is the main Woodley's shear, which contains 300,000 ounces of that resource at an average grade of 11 grams. Recent drilling that I showed you previously was here in the south, so outside the current resource, and we had some really good results which we've reported to date, such as a metre at 129 grams, 2.5 metres at 22, and a metre at 24. We've actually finished that program now. The rest of the assays are in the lab, and we expect to get those back within the next 2 weeks. We're expecting some good results too, because we've intersected the mineralisation in the quartz, and the majority of the holes have also got visible gold. Once we get those results back, we will then update the resource, and we're hoping to get that out before the end of the year, if not early in January 2019. So to the DFS. So we delivered this in July this year. From a high level, so we don't have much time to speak here, so if you want to have a look at more detail, just go to the announcement on the ASX from the 19th of July. There's about 50 pages worth of information there on that. But in short, we are restarting the historical Matana Minerals mine, which was last mined in 1991. We will rehabilitate the existing portal and decline. As I said, that went down to 142 metres, and then we'll just carry on underneath the old workings. It'll be conventional mining, so long hole open stoping, pretty standard stuff. From a processing side, it's also conventional. Three stages of crush, including XRT and EM sorter, single stage ball mill, and a CIL circuit. Some of the physicals from the feasibility, we mined 2.1 million tonnes for 278,000 ounces. That goes through the dual sensor XRT and EM sorter to produce 1.2 million tonnes, just under 7 grams, which then goes through the process plant. And that then produces 250,000 ounces, that's within the feasibility, over a 6.5 year mine life. We average about 53,000 ounces per annum over the first 4 years, and we ramp up to 60,000. On the financials in the feasibility study, we have a CapEx including contingency of $36 million. On tonight, these are all Australian dollars I'm talking in, plus an additional 12 million in working capital, so total funding requirement of about $48 million, so relatively small. There's a free cash flow of about $100 million, $80 million MPV, and an IR of 57%, with an all-in sustaining cost of just under 1,100 Aussie dollars, which is pretty attractive since today's gold price is about 1,740. Okay, moving to where we are with the project. It's moving along very fast. We've got 6 main construction packages. 4 of them we are ready to award. They are the civils, 100-person camp, water treatment plant, and the process plant. The other 2 that were still in the final stages of negotiation are the power and the communications. We've also gone out with a EOI and a pre-qualification for the underground mining contract. We have 7 contractors in the mix at the moment, and we're soon to look at the pricing and the tendering of that. The project team is largely in place, and to reduce risk, we're entering into design, construct and EPC style contracts that are fixed price. The operation team is also starting to build now in anticipation to start on the ground early next year. From an approvals point of view, in Western Australia there are 3 main approvals. We currently have one of the 3, being the project management plan. The second one, the mining proposal, we should have that in the next couple of weeks. And once we do have that, we will start civils on site with the camp, building the camp, and the non-process infrastructure, which includes workshops, offices, water treatment plant, etc. The third and final one we will put in this week, and we expect to get that back around February next year, which is the works approval. That's probably the important one, because then once we have that, we can start construction on site of the process plant and mobilise the underground contractor to actually start work underground. On the funding side of things, we've engaged PCF Capital as our debt advisor. We've gone out to a number of banks and debt providers with our info memo and our data room. We've received a number of indicative debt funding proposals. These are non-binding offers, and they range up to $35 million in debt on some very attractive terms. We've also engaged SRK as the bank's ITE, and they're going through the process now on the DD to make sure there's no fatal flaws, and we hope to get this banking process all signed away by the end of the year. So, in conclusion, and looking forward over the next 12 months, we're going to have some good exploration results coming out. We'll have our final 2 proposals come in. We'll start construction of the camp, as I said, a resource update, award the mining contract, finish construction of the process plant, and we're looking to pour our first gold in Q4 next year, which was 3 years from listing. Thank you very much.